We often define misogyny as this hatred towards women, but that's too narrow. Misogyny isn't just about individual attitudes. It's a widespread system of control that's been embedded in our systems and our cultures and basically the entire world for God knows how long. Michael Foucault, a French philosopher, described the Panopticon, a circular prison designed so that one guard in one central tower could observe every prisoner. The catch? Prisoners never knew when they were being watched, so they watched themselves. They were self-disciplined. This idea, panoptic surveillance, applies far beyond prisons.
Think about the way that you don't cheat in an exam when you know that there's a proctor or a supervisor that could be watching over you. He thought that this would work in hospitals, it would work in schools, it would work in factories. Essentially, he thought that it was a good idea to introduce the surveillance anywhere where there was a big group of people that needed to be surveyed.
In our cultures, women and femmes are constantly observed, not just by people, not just by norms, but also media, algorithms, and policies. There's pressure to be desirable, but not too sexual, assertive, but not aggressive, attractive, but effortless, ambitious, but selfless. And when those expectations contradict, that's just not an accident. That's the point. Because panoptic misogyny does not rely just on external punishment. It teaches women to self-monitor, to anticipate judgment, to pre-correct behavior before anybody even says a word.
Not to be dramatic, but being a woman living in society is kind of like the Panopticon. As soon as we start growing up, we are taught that we're being observed for our physical appearance. Getting wolf whistled walking home from primary school, being asked to put on a longer skirt when you're 12, seeing magazines and commentary on women's bodies all the time. From the moment we're conscious, we are taught that we as women are constantly being watched. So, at some point, we start to watch ourselves. We start to self-surveil. Which means that when we're lying on the beach, we can't just lie on the beach and feel the sun. We have to think about what we look like. At some point, as women, we become both the prisoner and the prison guard.
It's why so many people across gender lines will internalize and enforce these standards themselves. She's doing too much. She just let herself go. She just wants attention. These aren't just personal opinions. They're rehearsed responses in a system built on managing femininity. And that's what makes it so dang hard to resist. Because if you're always being watched, even by your own reflection, how do you stop performing? That's the real impact of structural misogyny. It's not just how it limits what women can do, but how it shapes what they believe they deserve. Cassie, Hallie, Meg. I'm not gonna get into the nitty-gritty of that, but I'm sending my prayers to anybody who has been in such traumatic times of such surveillance, because it is not easy living in the cyber world that we are in today. But yeah, Ayada out.